Today I'll be counting down the top 10 bucket list parks. In this video, I will be telling you what parks I want to go to the most and why.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8.
Alright guys, welcome back to another countdown. If you're new here and roller coasters are what you're into, then please consider subscribing for content all about roller coasters. Recently, I just went to California to visit some of my favorite parks I've been to so far. So now I would like to look to the future as to what parks I should go to next. This list is based off of my opinion, and it's not really about what parks I think are the best, but it's what parks I want to go to the most. Because of that, there's some pretty weird spots in this list because of personal preference. I haven't been to a lot of parks, so some parks you may have been to are on this list. And because of that, this list does omit a lot of parks, so I do apologize if your home park doesn't make this list, but this is purely based off of personal preference. Now I want to let you guys know that there are parks that won't be ranked on this list, and those are Disney parks. The reason why is that the overall experience at a Disney park is on a whole other level compared to other parks. I recently came back to Disneyland and I thought my overall experience was incredible. The coaster collections are not the best at all, but everything else is executed very well. I think Disney parks are just so much different compared to other parks, and that's why I won't include them. Now I'll show you guys a few honorable mentions. All of these parks I want to go to for a certain reason, but they just couldn't make the cut. I wanted to include these parks so bad, but I just couldn't have the room. Now let's get into the actual list. At number 10, I have Ferrari World in Abu Dhabi, United Arab Emirates. This park looks so cool. I'm not huge on race cars, but how big this park is for being indoors is insane. They have a great collection of Intamins, including Turbo Track, Flying Aces, and the world's fastest roller coaster, Formula Rossa. Formula Rossa alone is the reason why I want to go to this park so bad. That thing looks freaking amazing. Besides the Intamins, this park also has Fiorano GT Challenge, that's how you pronounce it, which looks like good fun. They also have this new coaster being built called Mission Ferrari, which I don't even know when it's gonna open, but it looks very interesting. And this park also has some dark rides. But overall, this place just looks so cool, but it's too far away. At number 9, I have Busch Gardens Tampa in Tampa Bay, Florida. This park, as many people say, is so well-rounded. I agree with a lot of people that this park has one of the best coaster lineups ever. As of January of 2019, they have couldn't. I have heard mixed opinions on that coaster, but most of them say that couldn't is super intense and forceful. Same thing goes to their B&M invert Montu. Most people say Montu is one of their favorite B&M inverts. SheiKra looked like a great dive coaster. I loved Hang Time when I rode it, and while B&M dive coasters provide different experiences, I think I'll probably enjoy SheiKra. And that's just 3 coasters. There's also Cheetah Hunt, Scorpion, Cobra's Curse, Air Grover, and Tigress, which will open pretty soon. And along with those coasters, you got a hidden hybrid attraction that I'm super excited to see being announced. And outside the coasters, there's Falcon's Fury. This park even has a zoo. It's so well rounded and the theming is amazing, and that's why I have it on this list. At number 8, I have a very cool looking park, PortAventura in Catalonia, Spain. This park has a very good combination of thrilling coasters and good theming. This park has multiple areas that look very well made. I heard some flaws from this park from experienced coaster enthusiasts, but a lot of people rank this park really high. I can see why. Their coaster collection is really good. They have Shambhala, quite possibly the best B&M hyper in the world, although I could see Mako giving this ride tough competition. They also have Dragon Con, one of only a few B&M sit-down looping coasters. This park also has Furious Baco, Stampeda, El Diablo, Tomahawk, and if you're counting Ferrari Land 2, Red Force. This park has a great collection of roller coasters and some really good rides in general. I think this park is a must-do if you're in Spain. My number 7 bucket list park is the newest park on this list, Energylandia in Zator, Poland, if that's how you pronounce it. If you're talking about which park is the fastest growing park in the world, this is one of them. They have so much roller coasters. A lot of them appeal to families more than thrill seekers, but this park has some great thrill coasters. They got Hyperion, which looks like a very fun, exhilarating ride. They got Formula One, one of the new generation Vekoma coasters. They also have Roller Coaster Mayan, one of the best SLCs out there, I heard. And Speed Water Coaster, an Intamin water coaster, but that's not stopping there. In around 2020, they're gonna get a ground-up RMC hybrid Zadra and a Vekoma multi-launch coaster. That is crazy. There's just so much to do in this park, and that's why it makes my list. At number 6 is a park that you wouldn't expect on this list. This is Fuji-Q Highland in Fuji-Yoshida, Japan. The reason why this park is so high is because their top 3 is absolute insanity. The coasters at this park are some of the most insane coasters in the world. They have Takabishi, the world's Sorry. Used to be the world's steepest coaster. They got Ajanika, one of the most insane and disorienting coasters ever. Plus, I heard it's more intense than X2. And then donʻt, the fastest acceleration on any coaster worldwide. That is my number 2 bucket list coaster. Besides that, I don't think Fujiyama's that good. It's a Togo, so it's gotta be bad. But the top 3 is one of the best top 3s out of any park. And plus, if you know me well, I think I have an easier access to this park than most American coaster enthusiasts. I just don't know when I'll go to Japan. At number 5 is what a lot of people consider the best park in the world. This is Europa Park in Rust, Germany. This park has some insane theming. They have so many different themed areas to different European countries. It's incredible. And there are so many coasters by Mach Rides because they basically own the park. Now, they also have some good roller coasters too. They have Blue Fire, Woden, and Silver Star. The reason why I don't have this park higher is because this park doesn't appeal to me as much as other parks on this list. This park is more family oriented than other parks on this list. But when I went to Disneyland, I had a great overall experience when I went. If this park can provide an overall experience that's as good or even better than Disneyland, then I'll rank this park very high. But for now, I'll leave it at number 5. Coming in at number 4 is the park I've always wanted to go to. This is Dollywood in Pigeon Forge, Tennessee. This park looks really, really nice. The coasters are great. The food is great. The theming is great. The operations are great. Just about everything about this park is executed very well. They have Lightning Rod, one of the best coasters in the world, and the only launched wooden coaster in the world. They got Thunderhead, Wild Eagle, Tennessee Tornado, Mystery Mine, Fire Chaser Express, Whistlepunk Chaser, and new for 2019, Dragonflyer. They also have the world-famous Cinnamon Bread. I love the rustic theme that this park has, and I love how it's in the mountains. This park just does everything so well, and that's why it's on this list. At number 3 is the sweetest place on earth, Hershey Park in Hershey, Pennsylvania. This place just looks great. They have one of the best coaster lineups on the planet. They have Skyrush, very controversial coaster, but the airtime looks insane. Stormrunner has potential to be better than my current number 1 launch coaster, Accelerator. Fahrenheit, also a pretty controversial coaster, but it looks very fun. Great Bear looks like a fun B&M invert, and Lightning Racer looks like a great GCI. I really like how there is so much to do at this park for families, kids, and thrill seekers. Although the layout can be funky, I think I can get used to it after a while. Even though this park doesn't have that much theming, the atmosphere is so great, and the food has got to be good. But just overall, this park excels at almost everything a park should have. At number 2 is a park with the most roller coasters in one park, Six Flags Magic Mountain. The amount of roller coasters this park has is insane. They have Twisted Colossus, X2, Tatsu, Full Throttle, Scream, Riddler's Revenge, Batman the Ride, Ninja, Green Lantern, and soon to be announced, West Coast Racers. I think every coaster enthusiast should come out to this park at some point in their life because this just looks so insane. Now, this park may not look the nicest and food might not be great, but the reason why I put this park so high is because of how likely I am to go to this park. Out of all the parks mentioned on this list, this is the park I'm most likely gonna go to in the near future. I've been to Southern California, but not in Valencia. But the only thing I'm worried about is if there's not much to do for younger people since I have 2 younger brothers. Their coaster lineup is top-notch, and only one park, in my opinion, has a better coaster lineup. And that park is my number 1 bucket list park, Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Just about everything about this park just looks amazing. The scenery and atmosphere looks really nice. There's not that much theming, but I hear the atmosphere is great. And in my opinion, this park has the best coaster lineup on the planet. You have Top Thrill Dragster, Millennium Force, Maverick, and Steel Vengeance, which could quite possibly be the world's best coaster. That's not all. You got a lot of Aero and B&M coasters along with some other good and fun coasters. There's like 1 or 2 bad coasters, but that's all. Their flat ride collection is good. They have 2 kids areas, lots of stuff for the families to do. There are multiple hotels, including Hotel Breakers, a water park, and a beach. And this park is surrounded by Lake Erie. This park is so ultra elite, and it is a possibility that I might go to Cedar Point in the future. But that is my list of my top bucket list parks, but I want to know, what are yours? Let me know down in the comments what your favorite amusement parks are or your bucket list parks. Again, I apologize if your home park didn't make my list, but there's so many parks to choose from. If you enjoyed this video, then please leave a like. I really appreciate it. And if you're new here and roller coasters are what you're into, then please consider subscribing for content all about roller coasters. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time.